Hello guys, welcome back. Now I know why Odin wanted me to find that article. This woman goes to a pagan meet, ends up getting held up, put in one of the halls of one of the pagan gods, ends up having this horrific accident, and they say that's a sign the gods, called her. And the one was really excited because he said it sounded related to Odin. Now, as some of you know, when I was a child, I got hit by a car and I died. I flew through the air and I landed on my head, and that was enough to kill me. I died. Doctors even looked at my test. They were like, yeah, you were dead for a while. So I died, and I'm there floating in this blackness, and these two male voices are telling me I have to go back. And I'm arguing with God because I did not want to go back. I knew it would hurt. I had to go back. So I come back. I'm looking for my glasses. I can't find my glasses. It's the thing I'm most worried about. I'm in so much fucking pain because I not only flew up in the air and landed on my head on cement, but I got road rash all over my body, my elbows and my legs. It got embedded in my body. And I have to go to the hospital and get all this stuff done. And periodically I have to take hot baths and literally dig the road out of me. I mean, you have to reopen the wound and dig all the road rash out because it takes a while to come back out. Meanwhile, they're telling me I'll probably never walk very well again and all this other stuff, and my legs are bandaged from like my ankles all the way up, and it's like a 10-year-old child, and I'm tottering around, and people are giving me shit about it. So it was not a good time in my life, and it hurt like a motherfucker. And Odin's like, see, you learned survival skills and you didn't have all the medical care she had. I didn't. Back in like the 80s and 90s, they were like, well, you're still alive. So I never went and got anything for brain trauma, and I never went and got, all this other like aftercare and therapy and everything. It just bandaged you up and sent you home. And he goes, see, you survived that shit, so you can survive this. And I said, I can't remember all the coping skills, but I guess we'll come back. But that hurt like a motherfucker, and I died and came back. So he was like, yeah, see, you faced that, you can face this. That was Odin's big inspirational speech, and he's right. I've been through a lot of shit, and I've had some times where I think the old man saved me. My mother and I were walking through this place one time. It was like kind of like one of those shops back in the 80s and 90s that had everything. And for some reason, they were lifting a pane of glass, and we were walking, and we had no other choice. The path went underneath this pane of glass, and it shattered, and it came down. And I told my mom I felt like some big figure with a gray cloak. I know, I'm so dumb. But I didn't know at the time. Threw this cloak over us and protected us, like shielded us. And there was a time, and I just made the connection now, about a decade ago, probably more than that. My father was still alive. He's dying of cancer, and there was this gray hooded figure, but like up in the air, like warding us from going any further into the woods, because there were like you could see evidence of meth labs and that. And this menacing figure was trying to get us out of there. My poor dad was terrified. He could feel it too, even though he wasn't spiritual in that sense. So we got out of there, and I'm putting myself between my father and this thing, and I'm telling this thing, whatever it is, you can kill me, but you leave him alone. He has enough to deal with. And Odin's like, I'm so proud of you. And he was, because he was like, you put yourself between danger and another person. That's what I expect of you. Not every person, every time. I think it's situational, but he was so proud of me. He was like, you were willing to face me. And I'm like, that was you? And he's like, yeah. So he's still here, obviously. And I'm still in pain, obviously. Though he still nerked at me a couple times last night that I could go to Jehovah for healing and see how that works. I've had pains like this all my life, guys. I really have. And I had them before somebody suggested, oh, go change your diet and everything. When I was a child, my parents fed me the most nutritiously obnoxious diet possible, and I was still in all this pain, and I didn't have caffeine in my diet, and I ate only nutritious foods. If you got candy, it was like twice a year. It wasn't like today where you can have everything you want because you're an adult finally. And there I was in even more pain, I think, back then than I am now. And it's like maybe junk food's some kind of sedative. So I don't know. And I do try to kind of mix it up, kind of eat healthy, kind of whatever. But Odin's there for me. He knows what it's like to go through pain, and I was in so much pain last night. I was growling at him. Yeah, but after the 9 days, you got off the tree. He just kind of gave me this look. This, if you weren't in so much pain look, I might take exception with that. And it was kind of like one of his wordings. So I went on Pinterest this morning. And at first, the Pinterest things were like, oh, just, like really nice. And then it was that kind of growly wolf thing of, you know who you're talking to, rah, rah, rah. But he was fine. He was fine. He understands when we're in pain. He understands when we're struggling, we're going to lash out. He doesn't care. He's not one of those guys that gets really pissed off if his people are in pain and And look, he's just been sitting back. Look, he's been like, da 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 da. And I told Odin last night. I said, okay, you've got a chance. Can you give me this miraculous healing? And Odin's like, so yeah, I'm just gonna have to learn to deal with the pain when I have flare-ups. And I've been recommended everything, guys, and I've tried everything on the planet. I've tried not drinking coffee, I've tried not drinking soda, I've tried even a vegan diet. I tried that for like a year and a half or something. That sucked ass, and that didn't help at all. In fact, it made stuff worse. I've had my weight super low. I've had it higher than this. Nothing works. It's just I have random pain all throughout my body, and I just sometimes it's worse than others. So I'm just gonna have to learn coping skills. That's all. I just don't like to cope sometimes. But that was Odin's point of having me find that thing. And he said again after reminding me of that. He said, "What would you tell her?" I say, "Well, honestly, it sounds like you recruited her, like one of her friends said. And if I were her, I would talk to you because she came to Odin's defense before she started serving him against a hateful, intolerant person in heathenry. And apparently Odin saw that, and he just said, well, I like that one. She'll stand up to people, and he recruited her in the most painful way possible because now she has brain damage. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not saying that you have to get in a traumatic accident. But I am saying if you've been in a traumatic accident and lived, it might be through the grace of the All-Father. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. Or if you've come back from the dead, Loki's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Loki's like, does that make you one of Odin's dead warriors now? And I'm like, no, because I'm alive. Yeah, but you were dead and you came back to life. Oh, it's just like Valhalla. So Loki's having fun with this. I've actually died twice, I think. My mother died 4 times. So women in my family have a habit of dying, being dead for a little while, like whatever it takes to get to the hospital or something, or just whatever, and then we wake up and we're like, what? Why is everybody... So the best part of being hit by the car and dying was when I came to, when I got up, after like that. He's like, "Hey, are you dead? Are you dead?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm dead." And the guy burst into tears. I was laughing so hard. It hurt like a son of a bitch, but it was worth it to watch him cry. Because he hit me in the heart. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.